Hello, and welcome to another episode, a live episode of Breaking Down the Tape.
Happy St. Bad Tricks Day to
Yeah,
all
boy.
you Breaking Down the Tape fans out there. Happy St. Patrick's Day, but it's a bad day. It's a bad day for everyone in the NFL this upcoming season. Because there's a bad man coming to New York.
You have no idea how excited Hector has been about Aaron Rodgers. We will talk about it. I'm a little bit more reserved, but we will talk about it. But we got a lot of sports to talk about, man. You were telling me it's been the quote. It's been your favorite quote about March, so I want you to hit the people with it because I don't know if they've gotten a chance to hear your March saying.
We said what we said here on Breaking Down the Tape. March is madness. And it has been. It literally, Zach, it has been. It's
Facts.
been literally from, I would say, March like 3rd, maybe 4th.
Yeah.
Till this upcoming day has just been mayhem. I mean, we got March Madness college women's and men's basketball going at an all-time level right now. Let's go Gamecocks. Let's go Gamecocks.
Big cock fan over there. Big cock fan.
Run it back. We want the biggest of the biggest cocks over here. That's what we do over here. The biggest of the biggest cocks.
Big Cox fan over there.
Run it back, Gamecocks. We got March Madness at full effect. We got brackets at full effect. And you know what? Let's just start it off right there with these brackets. There's like 22 brackets left after the first day of March Madness.
Yeah, so I know obviously there's like multiple apps and fucking companies that do brackets and shit. But isn't like I don't know how many fucking there's like 5 million ESPN brackets or some shit like that. So 20. Like I'm not a mathematician.
There's a collective, like obviously there's some type of system or whatever that can calculate every single type of bracket that's been out there. What's up, Deo? Yes, we are live. We haven't shown our faces to the fans live in a while, so we're going live for you guys for this episode because March is Madness, because there's a bad man in New York, and there's a lot to talk about. But yes, there's a system out there for calculating all the brackets that have been inputted.
Right.
There is, from what I'm hearing, quote unquote, about 20 brackets left that are still perfected.
That's
the first
absurd. Day. That's absurd. And look, I get it. Like, right, March Madness, you had Arizona State fucking last second 75% court fucking buzzer beater to beat Arizona. Who was it the other day? I don't remember their name. Some nobody fucking barely D1 school.
Princeton beat Princeton was the other one that fucking
ruined everything. You know, like March Madness is one of those things that if you don't like college sports and you find a way to not like March Madness, you're wrong.
And this is why I don't really like, you know what, honestly, like I'm a Syracuse men's basketball fan because I've always been a New York fan through and through, and I love Syracuse basketball program. I'm a Gamecocks women's fan because of the, I moved down here during their dominance. So like I'm riding high on the dominance. I'm one of those
guys. Riding high on women's Cox, huh?
Even though I've been down here, my family's been out here for over 10 years now. I'm riding high. I've been a Gamecocks fan for a while.
Riding high on women's Cox.
Now being down here, my fandom's really starting to show.
See it.
I see it. But it's just this is why I don't care about college, betting and stuff like that. Like, see, you can make a lot of money if you hit.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, you get shit like this to happen. Like, who would have, in a million's chance, who would have thought fucking Princeton? Come on.
Teo's got a perfect point here. Huge upsets. 20 enough people were crazy enough to go for. That's exactly it. Is you have
all 20 of those people There's 10 that are somewhere in the Princeton area, and about 10 in the other fucking area. Fucking that was the other upset.
That's the thing is to get a bracket that even goes to like the Sweet 16, you have to just throw all common sense aside in some of these games and just say, yeah, no way Duke is gonna beat this fucking community college out of Oklahoma. Like, who the fuck says that shit? You know what I mean? If you pick like Arizona State over Arizona, okay, it's an upset. Fine, I hear you. But who the fuck is picking Princeton? Who the fuck is picking, I mean, insert tiny little team here to beat Gonzaga, for the love of God? I mean, but that's the beauty of March Madness, is there are times where you just have to simply throw away any sort of rational intellect. You don't hear people debating about March Madness and who they picked. I can't believe you picked that team. Why'd you pick them? Because it's all gut feeling. Because I don't know. They've got nothing to lose. Here's my reasoning. There's nothing there. And there's something beautiful about just like cosmically throwing darts at a dartboard and seeing which fucking nobody college team is going to make it farther. So I don't know. I love this time of year for March Madness. I think it's fantastic.
Yes. I still do the brackets because I enjoy doing like the playoff brackets. Not that like I'm putting anything down or I'm getting any investions into it. I'm literally like I'll grab like the daily newspaper and like fill in the bracket type shit like that. Like I just like doing the bracket. I'm a huge fan of Syracuse and Duke college programs. Not crazy into college basketball or college sports at all. But when it comes to the basketball programs, I like Syracuse and Duke. And like I said, I ride with my Gamecocks now.
Big women's Cox fan.
Although I have joined Braden. Shout out to Braden, Noble Sports. Part of breaking down the tape. If you guys haven't heard of Noble Sports, if you guys want to listen to a podcast that focuses on a lot of interviews and a lot of females' rights, female sports, females advocations. Definitely listening to Braden at Noble Sports. I joined in on his college bracket, and I'm whooping his ass. Not by a lot, but I'm whooping his ass.
I love how if you get a promotion out of Hector, it's only because he's beating you. Hector will promote the shit out of you if he's kicking your ass.
Yeah. And if I'm losing, you know what? It's in the fine print that if I'm losing to you, you don't get a promotion.
Yeah, no, I get it.
If you do, it's kind of like shade. Ugh.
Yeah, no, I respect the game completely, 100%. Teo in here, it's all about them Gamecocks. They legit. Also, I'm still laughing about UVA losing. Look, man, it's just that. That's the way it works. It's just the way it works. I mean, you could be undefeated for like 64 years and then lose to your local community college team in March Madness. It's just the fucking way this thing goes down. So it is what it is.
All right, so next up we got MLB season starting. We also have the WBC in effect right now. There's a lot to take in when it comes to absorbing this MLB season. We have a lot of new rules implemented.
Yeah.
The WBC has already had a lot of feedback and backlash on some of the because they're their own entity. They don't have to they don't have to do exactly everything
Major League Baseball
does.
Yep.
So they're absorbing some of the feedback and backlash. Also, obviously, these are MLB players. So most of them that are playing, you got injuries and stuff like that occurring. So I love the WBC. I love that it's a shortened kind of. You get the best of the best out there to represent your country, but it's also like a warm up to the warm up for them, so that it's kind of like your best guys are going into spring training already like tip top shape.
The one major thing I get out of the World Baseball Classic is that it's fun. it is fun in all the ways American Major League Baseball isn't, right? You've got guys pimping fucking home runs to the moon, pimping bats to the moon. You get pitchers celebrating. There was this one clip that I saw. It was a strike three call, and they've got it from the outfield angle, right? So they're behind the pitcher. He throws the pitch, strike three. And the people behind home plate, they've got like this. It's not like your normal MLB seating wherever this fucking stadium is. It's not your normal MLB seating where they're just sitting back there and it's usually like the rich, super fancy white people and fucking celebrities and shit. They've got people, it's like a dugout style that looks like they're standing lower than the field itself. So you see really just like their upper bodies and shit. But they are ringing this batter up with the fucking umpire, having the time of their lives, bro. How is the MLB not looking at the World Baseball Classic and going, what do we do to make the game as fun as that? Because people are having the time of their fucking lives at this event.
Yes, a few things. One, I think the World Baseball Classic gives a soccer type vibe.
I fuck with that.
You get that soccer type vibe where it's internationally, you're getting the best of your countries, whether they're professional MLB stars or not. Because like soccer, with the World Cup and stuff, they're not. Some of those people on those squads, they're not in the MLS. They're not on squads in these other leagues. Like they're nobodies. That some of these people are legit nobodies that just are fucking nice.
Yeah. No.
So I think that's an aspect, especially the aspect of a country going against a country and you're representing your country. I think that's a huge part. I want to throw something out there. Not that MLB should get taken over by this, but I feel like this could be a product that can take off and help baseball take off. Well, maybe this is the product. Honestly, WBC, maybe I'm wrong. WBC is that product where you got international stars playing against each other. You want people to get – since the WBC has started, the numbers that have been declining so much of watching baseball has started to risen. They're becoming more. They've been rising more. So yeah, trying to pay attention more because of I love it. I love it. I love the competition. It's new, but you see the effects with the rules,
right?
That they're starting to implement in the MLB because WBC and the MLB do work really closely hand in hand.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what does the MLB do to follow? And I think it's more than just the rules, right? Because the rules on the field really aren't that different, but it's these unwritten rules that's such a problem in the MLB because, again, you get I've never seen Major League Baseball fans behave the way that they have at the World Baseball Classic. And I agree with you to some point that it is. I think you're getting more international fans at this thing because it's an international tournament. So I think you're getting more fun people from South American countries that aren't necessarily fun in this country. But again, I've never seen a group of like 40 fucking fans wearing all different jerseys.
You gotta remember,
a batter behind the fucking ump. That was wild. I love
every other country is roaring and cheering no matter what the fuck happens. It's only the U.S. where they're so competitive. They're like, no, that's a strike, that's a ball, that's inbounds, that's out of bounds, that's this, that's that. It's like, whoa. These motherfuckers are just cheering just to fucking watch a game.
No, and I get it. And I get it, like, being competitive. I mean, over in England, they have soccer hooligans, right? Like, they burn down fucking stadiums in England. I get being passionate and competitive, but I just, like, baseball's so boring in the U.S., but you have the World Baseball Classic and people are going nuts. And Teo hit it perfectly on the head. The MLB is so heavy in old traditions, and America doesn't have that kind of hype about sports. I would disagree about, like, football, but I do agree overall. Have you heard our national team soccer's chant? We believe that we will win. I agree with you. Other teams in other countries, like, if you watch, like, clips of, like, English soccer or Irish soccer or whatever, they will fucking, like, the chants are insane. I feel like we need to find some way, or the MLB, really, I don't have a dog in this race. The MLB really needs to fucking capture whatever the World Baseball Classic is doing and bring it to their sport. And really, I think it boils down to just getting rid of these stupid ass fucking unwritten rules and traditions. Let fucking people pimp home runs. Let people fucking celebrate on the mound. Let people fucking stare at it. If I hit a home run 400 fucking feet, dead center, let me stare at it for more than fucking 0.2 milliseconds. Let me point that bitch as it leaves the fucking Earth's rotation. Like, come on now. Like,
I'm excited regardless. Baseball
Sure.
season's upon us. Like,
It is.
and it actually is starting earlier than normal. I think it starts like March 31st. Like,
I believe
usually
like
it's
March 30th. Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's like mid-April. But this
Yeah, it's
time
been on like my
it's
birthday
starting in
before.
March, and it's like, whoa, like we got literally a month until baseball season. I'm excited.
Right, we got like fucking
Yankees,
13 days until baseball.
Yes, I'm super excited. I'm excited for the Yankees. I know we got some injuries. Start off the season, lineup looking nice. But you know what? And I'm getting the trolling already. I'm already getting the trolling. I'm already getting the bashing of what the Yankees are. But like we, typical seasoned veteran Yankee fans are, our season doesn't start until after the All-Star break.
Right.
That's when the season starts for us. And then once the playoffs kick in is when we kick it into gear. So I will see you guys around July.
Well,
and we'll talk.
You want to talk about
keep that energy, but keep the energy.
You want to talk about season starting? Have you seen there's a team whose season already ended before it even started? The New York Amazings, the Metropolitans. Their season is already over. Edwin Diaz out for the season. No more trumpets, no more fanfare.
And you know what?
Toodles.
Shooting back to the WBC, I love that my Puerto Rico took out the Dominicans. I love it. I fucking love it.
That's got to be racist.
I love it. My Puerto Ricans. I love it. They took out the Dominicans. But it sucks because in typical Mets fashion, their season's over before it even began.
Yup.
They lose Diaz.
Yup. And you know what? And it's who was it? Fuck. Graham Gano? No. It was before Graham Gano. There's a famous fucking kicker that hurt himself, tore his ACL celebrating. It was one of those situations. Hurt yourself celebrating, man. I mean, look, I'm the first person to champion pimping home runs and celebrations, but please celebrate responsibly because damn, the Mets are sick. They gotta be sick. Got to be sick. But you're right.
Now, we have not touched this topic before. I know it's been a while since we've been on and recorded together and been able to jam out, but I've never gotten your input on this. And it's needed.
Yes.
It's needed. It's
one thing
wanted.
One thing that you must know is my input is always needed. Always.
So a few weeks ago, I know we've been in and out, weaving in and out, recording with each other and not with each other, and lots going on. Jake Paul took an L.
Let me get that burp out of the way. Finally fights a boxer. And look, Fury, the younger Fury, Tommy, isn't even like a pro boxer. He's still an amateur, I believe. Finally fights an actual fucking boxer, and look at what we have happening. Getting his ass kicked. Yes, I know. But Papa Smurf, it went through a split decision. I don't give a fuck. Got his ass kicked. It's about fucking time. He's, I'll come back stronger and better and blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck.
There's a video. There is a video. There's a clip out there saying, interviewing Jake Paul before the fight. And they're asking him, are you 100% healthy? Yes, I am. Are you 100% ready for this fight? Yes, I am. Are you 100% gonna win this fight. Yes, I am. Da 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 da. And then after the fight, there's a video of him saying, well, I was hurt the whole time I was training. I was tired. I was sick. I was this. I was that.
Excuses are like assholes, man. Everyone's got one, but no one wants to hear it. I don't give a fuck. You fought a real boxer, not an old, washed-up grappler.
Now,
and look what happened.
I want to say this here. You're saying he's fighting a real boxer. I want to reiterate. Tommy Fury's not a real boxer. That man's a fool. That man's a tool. That man's a fucking an atrocity of a boxer.
But he's still the most real boxer he's fought to this point.
What? He is better than Jake Paul in every sense of the word of boxing, besides the fact that I would give in a street fight, if you want to put just straight raw power out there, I think Jake Paul would have the better raw power.
Agreed.
But when you're telling me, who's a boxer? Yes, I'm going to say Tommy Fury is more of a boxer, even though I think both of these guys are atrocities of a boxer.
100%. But Tommy Fury is more of a boxer than anybody that Jake Paul has fought against to date. I mean, I'm not calling him like fucking pound for pound the greatest fighter who's ever lived, but I am saying he's more of a boxer than anyone Jake Paul's actually boxed. I mean, he's boxed, 40 to 50-year-old washed up fucking grapplers? Good for him, sweet cheeks. Like, that fucking does nothing for me. You fought somebody who was actually trained in boxing for more than fucking 6 months, and you lost. Surprise. Absolute fucking shocker. So, oh, shit, talking about March Madness, down goes Purdue. Holy shit.
Did Purdue just go down? Whoa.
Purdue just lost.
I literally was shuffling through the scores right now. I'm trying...
Purdue just lost to that Fairleigh fucking community college or whatever they are. Paul Floyd Mayweather, the Storm, but didn't have any. Yeah, 100%. Didn't have any fucking technique whatsoever.
No. Next,
Farley Dickinson. That's
we're gonna trickle on into some of the football extravaganza that everybody really wants to hear.
That's why you came here, obviously.
You know, it is St. Patrick's Day. It is
Yes.
St. Patrick's Day. Crack stuff cold one responsibly or irresponsibly. That is not up to me because I am not obligated behind the court of law to tell you what the fuck to do.
I'm not your real dad. I don't give a fuck.
Over here. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm just saying don't do it if you think you won't get in trouble. But that's just my saying.
Don't do it if you think you're gonna get caught. I like it. It's kind of flag
if you think you'll get in trouble, don't do it.
And just don't tell the cops. Well, breaking down the tape told me you get pulled over. Well, breaking down the tape said they don't have to tell me to drink responsibly. It won't work.
But we got football coming up right now.
Yes.
Where do we even begin? I know where to begin. There is say it with me now. A
bad
man posted up in New York.
And now I can already hear it from on high. But it isn't official yet. They haven't made the trade. Shut up. You know what, KO? This is the meanest I'll ever be to you. Shut up. We are talking about Rodgers, damn it. We are. And I'm not nearly as excited as Hector. I will say that. But it is something, right? So Rodgers goes to his little blackout retreat, apparently, right on the precipice of retiring. And then he hears that the Packers wanted to move on without him. And in the ultimate petty move, says, fine, I'll go to the Jets. And comes out on the Pat McAfee show and says as much.
Okay, so I love the fact that he jumped on the Pat McAfee show. And the first thing he says is, because we've been calling it. On this show, We've said what we said. We've been calling it since the rip.
Receps.
Even though we both had our debates, so you want Lamar. Hey, I love the Yinglings, bro. I'm slapping them down too.
Obviously.
I know we had the debates of Lamar, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, blah 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 blah. But we both sat here and we both had said it. Aaron Rodgers is a diva. He's a drama queen. He wants to show. He wants everybody. He wants to spotlight him. He wants that LeBron James, I'm taking my talents to moment. And he got it. And you know what? Any other time, I would sit here and be like, yes, the Jets are those type of people that would sit here and appease that. But in this situation, I think it's kind of the opposite for me. I don't think the Jets just folded for this.
No, I have to say the Jets, I don't think folded. To their credit, I think the Jets from the rip said, "This is the guy we want. That's it. We don't have a backup plan. We don't want a backup plan. This is the guy we want. We're not going to pursue Derek Carr. We're not going to pursue Jimmy Garoppolo. We're not going to pursue Lamar Jackson. We want Aaron Rodgers." They went out and they hired Nathaniel Hackett, his old offensive coordinator. We want Aaron Rodgers. He comes out of retirement. Now there's some debate. Some people say he didn't give the Jets a wish list. Some people say he did. But regardless, he comes out. I want to play for the Jets. I think they knew ahead of time. I think Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, and the Jets did an amazing job of freezing out the likes of Adam Schefter and all those top bigwig reporters, because it was Trey fucking Wingo who fucking leaked it and caught it first. But anyway, they were talking to him, and he said, yeah, it would be really helpful if I had some of my old guys. And they said, bet. Let me go get Alan Lazard. Signed him. Now we've got cornerbacks. We've got Adam Thielen. We've got like 10 different players in the NFL going, well, we're going to wait to see where Aaron Rodgers lands, and we want to go play with him. So we're about to see a Tom Brady effect situation occur in New York. I think that helped sign Quincy Williams or re-sign Quincy Williams. I don't know. We'll see.
I think we still have to figure out the deal in totality. I think in general, we give a first round, 2 second rounds, and 2 third rounds with some compensation. I don't think we're trying to really push to giving up 2 first rounders. I think we're willing to give up multiple extra in any other round.
Right.
We're trying to keep it at one first rounder. Besides that, I think everything else is set in term. I think everything else is set in term except draft capital. I think with JD in his mind is draft capital.
Now, see, and that's an interesting point because it comes down to leverage right now, right? The Jets and the Packers are staring off and seeing who's going to blink first. And quite frankly, I don't think the Packers have as much leverage as people think that they do. We've talked about this personally before, so let's break it down. I mean, Rodgers has already said, I don't want to play for you. I want to play for the Jets. Period. End of story. So there goes a lot of your leverage off rip, right? The Jets have signed Alan Lazard. Now I know, he's a 4th string wide receiver, and he is, but he's Rodgers' buddy. They have Nathaniel Hackett, one of the OCs that he's done the most amazing in his entire career under. And then we have Father fucking Time. The Packers can't afford to wait too long because then they're going to eat most of his contract. They can't afford to wait until after the draft because then they get no draft capital this year. I think the Jets are in a better position than the Packers as far as leverage for what we're doing here.
So besides them just figuring out the compensation for Rodgers, the Jets have still been making acquisitions.
They upgraded their line.
They upgraded their line with an offensive line from the Washington Commanders. They've upgraded. They upgraded again in the line. They upgrade. I forgot who it was, but they upgraded another offensive line player. And then they also signed a. I know they got Clark in safety. They're bolstering in multiple positions, knowing also they're probably going to lose out. They got to restructure Mosley.
Yeah.
If they keep him, if not, they might move on. But like you said, we already re-signed Quentin Williams
Mm-hmm.
and his brother, so we got the duo back. There's not much in this lineup. Everything pans out perfectly. That tells me the Jets probably should be front runner of the AFC East.
And what an AFC East it's gonna be. I'm not gonna address the front runner comment too much, and I'm not gonna address where I think the Jets will be too much. Other than I've seen some ignorance that the Jets will only get 8 wins this coming season with Rodgers, but we got 7 wins with 5 starting quarterbacks. So fuck right off. Okay. Rodgers is worth more than 1 win. But let's just take stock of the AFC East. Tua doesn't count for shit. Josh Allen, I mean, it's still the Patriots, be it Mac Jones, still the fucking Patriots, and fucking Aaron Rodgers. I like the Jets' chances. You know, I think that Aaron Rodgers is worth, I said this in a chat and I'll admit it here. I think Aaron Rodgers is worth a minimum of 10 wins. Like the Jets' floor, the over-under has to be set at 10 for me. 9.5 if you want to be technical.
So
But the over-under.
If I was putting a record out right there, right now, 14-3.
That's what you said to me, man. I don't know. That's, you know, and maybe it's just because I'm a whipped dog. Maybe I just don't want to believe good things can happen to us. But with Rodgers in New York, say we don't sign anybody else. Thielen would want to come to New York to play for Rodgers. He said that. They've potentially tracking down OBJ. Now, I'm not going to lie. Not that I think these guys are like, oh my God, we have 99 overalls and these guys are fucking gold star. But you can't tell me an offense consisting of Adam Thielen, Odell Beckham Jr., CJ Uzama, and fucking Garrett Wilson with Breece Hall and Michael Carter in the backfield and Aaron Rodgers at the helm. You can't tell me you can cover that. You absolutely cannot convince me that you can cover that. And then you got top 5 defense on the other end. Whew.
Look, let's hope and pray that the deal goes through. Everything is set.
Yep.
It all comes down to the money. But there's a lot more in football going on.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Adam Thielen, I think he goes to the Giants. He got released by the Minnesota Vikings. I think he goes to the Giants. I think if the Giants pick him up, that's a steal.
I have to say the Giants have been doing pretty good this offseason. You know, I think moving on from Kenny Galladay was a huge step forward in their lives. It is an attractive spot. They got that deal done with Daniel Jones. They've tagged Saquon Barkley. I do think it's an attractive spot for Adam Thielen. They are just pining for a number 1 receiver. I know that they signed somebody, decent name, but I can't remember off the top of my head who it is. Darren Waller. Yes, thank you. They got Darren Waller. You know, that's a big signing if he can stay healthy. Plus Daniel Bellinger, who has become, I know I made fun of him, but Daniel Bellinger has become a household name. So, I mean, look, the Giants are building and moving forward. If Daniel Jones can put a second season together like he did last season, I might put a little bit more respect on his name, like you've been begging me to do. But I still only see the Giants at like 8 or 9 wins. I'm not going to lie. Waller has shown to me that he can't stay healthy through an entire season. And I'm just not sold on your boy DJ. Just not.
See, I beg to differ.
I know.
I think if you were to give him one solid threat offensively, he went 9-7 last year. You give him one threat offensively, something, other than a bunch of rookies that didn't know what routes they were running. I think this team can easily win 11 games. Now, if you give him two weapons or multiple weapons offensively, the limits are endless for this team.
I just can't be sold that hard. And Daniel Jones is what it comes down to me, man. He gives me too many Eli Manning and Phil Simms vibes, and he doesn't tickle me where I need to be.
He gives you Super Bowl vibes.
All right.
He gives you Super Bowl vibes, is what you're telling me.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl and Dan Marino didn't. Let's not pretend.
Stop going to that. You always go to that.
I'm going to live on that.
I'm not falling for it.
I'm going to live on that. Quarterbacks don't always win you a Super Bowl. They just don't lose you one.
No, they definitely can lose you one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Trent Dilfer just didn't lose that Super Bowl. He didn't win it. He just didn't lose it. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think he's not giving me Super Bowl vibes. He's giving me, he can be great in like 4 plays, and then he makes you question whether he actually has an IQ. Daniel Jones, vintage Eli Manning's the sacked side. That's funny. Not gonna lie. So I know you love him so much. I don't know, man. We'll see. He had a good season. I will admit that. He had a good season under Dable, but I don't know. We'll see if he can go 2 in a row. We'll see if he can go 2 in a row.
What?
Oh, I was just gonna say I was gonna move on to a different team, but if you got more on the Giants, I'm happy to stay here.
Go ahead.
Oh.
I'm tired of your ass.
Get kicked off my own damn show. Moving over to a similar, or not a similar, but staying in the NFC East, I do want to just revisit this point that Tony Pollard has been franchise tagged by the Dallas Cowboys, and Ezekiel Elliott has been released.
So is the debate over?
Well, I will give these people credit.
Or is it like null and void?
I went back.
Like one gets franchise tagged, one's released. It's not like one got signed to a deal and one got cut. So like, is it like null and void, or is it like I beat the, like, you know what I mean?
I definitely went back for the receipts, and I definitely went after some people in the Instagram reels and let them know how they feel about it. And I was told that he is just a salary cap hit. Well, if he's just a salary cap hit, why didn't they just franchise tag him? If he is so good, why not franchise tag Zeke and let Tony Pollard walk? You're paying him the same amount of money that you would Pollard, but you're getting such a better running back. So why not do that? Because he's not the better running back.
I actually saw a post of his yards per scrimmage.
Right.
Over the last 7 years he's played. It's not even like it was like steady decline, pick up, steady decline. It was just like steady decline.
Yeah. Look, and yes, did he lead the league in rushing for 2 years? 100%. I don't think it was back-to-back years, but 2 years over a 7-year career.
Yeah, it was 2 out of 3 years, and that was like year 2 and 4.
Yeah. But then he gets that contract, and it just absolutely fucking plummets. Tony Pollard, in the same fucking time span, has been more yards per game, more running yards per game, more receiving yards per game, more receptions. It's just better. Period. End of story. Maybe at one time Zeke was better for sure, but over the last couple of years, Tony Pollard, and that's the argument. Over the last couple of years, Tony Pollard has by far been the better running back in Dallas.
So
people just don't want to see it.
We, like, coming down? Tony Pollard's better, is what we're saying here.
Yes. Yes. You know what? Yes. Just overall. Period. End of story. He is, and for all of you, well, he can't block. I don't give a fuck. I don't draft running backs to block. I draft running backs to run and catch the ball, specifically run it. And Tony Pollard does both of those things better. Yeah. I can pay a full black. Woohoo. I can pay a full back to fucking block for me. I don't need my starting fucking running back to block for me. So if that's your argument, well, Tony Pollard can't pass block. Awesome. I've got a dude I'm paying like $200,000 a year. He can fucking pass block. I don't need him to pass block. I need him to go out and fucking get me yards. That's because that's what we do in football. You get yards and eventually touchdowns, and that's how you win the fucking game.
And there's rumors of OBJ going over to Dallas.
Yes, Dallas has been linked to OBJ. Teo is still reeling from the 43 loss, watching Pollard just absolutely butt fuck his defense. But no, yes, OBJ has been linked to Dallas. There's also potential links to our New York Jets, as we mentioned earlier. So let's put a pin in it. Where do you think OBJ goes?
There's a lot of rumors. Both New York teams, Dallas, even going back to as far as going back to the Rams. I don't think he's going back to the Rams. I think they're in shambles. I don't think OBJ fits into a losing system.
Yeah, no.
He got what he needed out of it, and it was a ring.
Yeah.
Honestly, as much as I would like OBJ back in a New York uniform, I think he does go to Dallas.
You do?
I think he does.
And what does that do for Dallas? What does that do for the Cowboys? What are we thinking about?
Absolutely nothing.
Why is that?
Like literally nothing. Like, okay, so your offense goes from scoring 35 a game to maybe 40 a game. But obviously you've never seen Tony Pollard as an RB1 and someone backing him. So you don't know how that run game is going to pan out. You don't know how your system is going to work with the new your new look of your team.
And a new OC.
Offensively, air raid rise. Oh man, these guys aren't gonna drop the fucking ball. But I still only see maybe you make the playoffs and maybe now maybe you win the first round.
So that kind of brings me to a question that my wife and I, Sarah and I, were talking about earlier the other day. Let's talk about Dak Prescott, man. I know he gets a lot of hate. I know he gets a lot of love. He's kind of a polarizing quarterback in his own way. How do you feel about Dak? Like, where does he stand with you? Do you think he can lead the Cowboys to a championship? Like, perfect scenario. Do you think he can lead the Cowboys? Is he a bum? Where does he stand with you?
I like Dak as a person.
Yeah.
I like Dak. I think he's a very genuine guy, a very a heartfelt guy. I can see him winning multiple playoff games. I never see him winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have it. And I don't think he'll ever be with a team that has it. And I think what he has with the Cowboys over this last few years has been the best of what he's going to see getting close to winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. And the synopsis of what I said to Sarah is really that it boils down to mentality, right? Does he have the legs? Of course. He's very athletic. Does he have the arm? Sure. Can he read a defense? 100%. I think, and now I'm about to go into shit that's probably going to get me yelled at by people, but I think it comes down to his admitted problems with mental health. And look, 100% do I like Dak Prescott as a guy? Yes, I think he's a fantastic person, does a lot for his community, seems very genuine. I'm very happy as a man who struggles with mental health issues. Oh, God. Sorry, I forgot my timer was on. As a man that struggles with mental health issues, I am extremely happy that there is a man in sports and professional sports and one of the tougher professional sports speaking about the fact that he has depression and that he has these things going on. But I feel like you can see that affect him on a football field. I see the Cowboys playing from behind, and Dak just can't get it done. He throws an interception, whether it's his fault or not, and you start to see him drown in quicksand. I start to, from watching his gameplay, I feel like he starts off great, but anytime things start to go wrong, you see the mistakes start to pile on and pile on. And I think it's like quicksand, right? You step in it, and if you just relax, you'll be okay. But the more you struggle, the more you sink. The more you sink, the more you struggle, and it's a vicious cycle. And I feel like that's the same way with him.
Okay, so I want to interrupt you there a little bit.
Sure.
You said it's like quicksand.
Yeah.
The more you struggle, the more you sink. The less you sink, the less you struggle, the less you sink.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fact you sink.
Right.
Remember that in quicksand. Regardless of the fact you sink. I do not accept the fact that mental health will be brought up into Dak Prescott's scenario, because all players deal with mental health.
Sure.
We all, as human beings, deal with mental health, depending on how serious and severe and whichever category or whatever. We all do.
I agree.
So, obviously, mental health dates to CTE. We have a history of this in the NFL. So to have Dak kind of rely on his mental health being a reason why he doesn't. No, I think he's just bad. He's just bad.
No.
He's good until he's not. He's a better and it sucked. I don't even know how this even makes sense. He's a better Jimmy G, but Jimmy G's better. How does that make sense? You're better than Jimmy G, but Jimmy G's better. You know why? Because Jimmy G can at least get to the fucking Super Bowl. You can't even get out the first fucking round.
But I think that's because Jimmy G is just relaxed. I don't think Dak's a bad quarterback. I've seen him make throws. I've seen him extend plays. I've seen him make plays with his legs. Okay, so he's physically good to me. I've seen him read defenses. I've seen him psych out defenses and make pump fakes and do the mental side of the sport. But what gets me is you see that shit in the first half. And then Sarah and I went through it the other day. Last season, they didn't come down. They didn't win a game that they were down by more than 6 points. Now, they won 12 games, so can you really be mad at them? But he can't win from behind. And it just, that leads to me that, if the chips are down, you won't be that guy. Like you said, he doesn't have it. That's the it. And maybe I'm making it too personal, calling it mental health problems, but he doesn't have that I'm down, I'm going to go win this game.
The fact that the NFC in totality, when it comes to the quarterback position, is so up for grabs blows my mind.
Yeah.
The fact that you have a quarterback that's going into his third year in Jalen Hurts, who's just obviously came back from a Super Bowl appearance, but he is your front runner of top NFC quarterback. That blows my mind.
Yeah, that shows a lot.
I don't know. I picture a NFL era, a conference where even if you won the Super Bowl, you still might not be the number one quarterback in the league or number one quarterback in your conference.
And you could say that about the entire NFC, not just the NFC East. The entire NFC, Jalen Hurts is a top 3 quarterback in the entire NFC. That's
what I'm saying. In the entire NFC, they're saying Jalen Hurts might be the number one quarterback. In the entire NFC.
That's insanity. That's insanity, especially now that Rodgers is gone.
But then again, let's beat down that bush right there. Like, who in the NFC is you saying is better than Jalen Hurts probably right
All right, give me a second. Hold on, I gotta go through it. All right, so Giants, Daniel Jones, Washington. We don't.
Daniel Jones, honestly, Daniel Jones, I put up there. I know a lot of people are gonna fight me on it. I will, because we went over the stats. There's receipts. There's the episodes. We went over the stats. They're identical.
Not gonna give it to you. So all right, so Jalen Hurts is definitely the best in the entire NFC East. Let's go to the South. Who the fuck do we have in the South? Trevor Lawrence, you can't get me on that train. Davis Mills for the Texans as of right now.
NFC.
Oh shit, yeah, fuck. I always fucking forget who's in the NFC. Oh, Carolina. Carolina has fuck. Who do they have? Sam Howell. Okay, fuck off.
Carolina actually just signed.
No, I don't think they signed anybody. Because Sam
signed.
Although Teo says here he feels that it was more of a play calling issue in Dallas, but I think Dallas definitely gets overwhelmed by the moment, and the squad needs to be a cheerleader in that moment. But Dak is the cheerleader of that squad. You can't get me to badmouth Kellen Moore. I don't think it was play calling. That's just me personally. Fuck. There's no quarterbacks of note in the NFC South. Jameis Winston, fucking, I guess, re-signed, and Derek Carr.
Tampa got Baker Mayfield.
Oh, okay. And the Saints have Derek Carr. Whoop you fucking do. The Falcons don't have shit. The Panthers don't have shit. Fucking, let's see. The East or the West has
San Fran got Sam Darnold. Seattle got Geno. Arizona's gonna get Kyler Murray back.
Fucking scrub.
Green Bay got Jordan Love.
Yeah, okay. Minnesota has Kirk.
Minnesota still got Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
Justin Fields, who I think is going to be a baller. I think Justin Fields is actually going to ball out.
I fucks with that. So, yeah. So, Jalen Hurts is like 3 or 4 in the entire NFC.
So, Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, and
Derek Carr, maybe.
And Geno Smith?
Yeah. Like.
With Derek Carr?
This is your NFC quarterback list. Like, that's fucking garbage. That's absolute dog shit. Like, fuck. There's no way the AFC loses the Super Bowl for the next 10 years, if that's the way it fucking looks.
I mean, in the AFC, we got Josh Allen, Tua, which I'm not high on Tua, but Josh Allen, Tua, Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl Jet winning 2023.
I like that. You just had an even keel.
Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, the AFC is by far better than the NFC by leaps and fucking bounds. Period. Kirk showed more of his potential that Zimmer and his carousel of OCs let go to waste, but he's definitely not elite. Just really good with some gaps. Yeah, 100%. Kirk is great at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Kirk is fantastic at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But once you get the sun goes down, Kirk is powered by the sun. Once the sun starts to go down, Kirk is no longer good. That's just he's just simply not elite. He's good when it's not needed, but when he needs to be good, he is just not there. Period. End of story.
I just want to bring up. I honestly just want to bring up, like, who the fuck thinks that Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard is the best duo?
Did you see that?
DB duo in the NFL.
You see that? Who's got the better DB duo? And Jalen Ramsey and fucking Xavier? No, fuck off. Fuck right off. Ain't no way.
A guy who's jumped around through 3 teams in 5 years, who's been probably top 5 in those years, but not top 1 since like 4 years ago.
Yup.
Xavier Howard. I mean, so okay. Let me see. 4 years ago, Jalen Ramsey was probably number 1.
Yeah.
3 years ago, Xavier Howard was number 1. But they haven't been close to it since.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we have the number 1 cornerback in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Number probably 4 number cornerback in the league.
In a way.
I'm not biased, but I'm biased. The Jets got the best duo in the league. I'm sorry.
The Dolphins have this weird, I don't know if it's like the Mike McDaniel effect. Like, they've got the weirdest fucking support, and it blows my mind. Like, absolutely blows my mind. They're like, oh my God, we're going to be the best team in the fucking world. No, you guys.
I don't want to say they got the worst. You know what? I hit up my cousin. He didn't hit me back up. I don't want to hear shit. How much shit you talking about fucking all the Jets players that we got, and then you sign half of them.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, did you see Braxton Berrios go down to the Dolphins? I just want to address this real quick. Teo says his low-key jacked dad bod is solar-powered. That's his ultimate dad joke. But what about Thanksgiving night against the Patriots, Smurf? Even broken clocks work twice a day. That's exactly what I have to say to that, Teo. Even broken clocks work twice a fucking day. Kirk Cousins is going to let the sunshine on the dog's ass every once in a while. So that's what I have to say about fucking Thanksgiving night. I'm not putting too much stock into one game over a 10-year career.
You know what, Teo? I can't even talk because at one point back in yonder days, Kirk Cousins could have been a Jet.
God, thank you, he wasn't.
And we didn't pull the trigger.
God, thank you.
Thank God we didn't, even though at one point in our life we kind of thought we should have. But thank God we didn't.
Me. Don't put me in the we. Unless you can find receipts, I don't think I ever liked Kirk Cousins. So don't me the we. Don't there ain't
not
no
that you like Kirk Cousins. But to have him on the lineup because it was necessary at the moment because we were desperate at the time, yes, we've been
I would take like 90% of the quarterbacks in the NFL over the shit that we've had over the last 20 years. But that's setting the bar super fucking low. That's not exactly reaching on anything at any point. But those have been the big moves. Oh, I do want to bring up one last thing. We'll keep it in the AFC and kind of brought it up before. Lamar Jackson has been restricted with a franchise tag on him. So, or whatever the terminology is. So he has the chance, teams have the chance to negotiate with him. And if they give an offer, the Ravens have 5 days to match that offer or say that they want 2 first-round picks from said team if they want Lamar. So, with that being the case, what do you think is going to happen with Lamar? Does he stay on the Ravens and hold out? Does he stay on the Ravens and play? Does he get traded, or I guess not technically traded, but signed somewhere else? What are you thinking?
So we know what is happening. Let's just put that out there. We know what is happening. The NFL, as an ownership, is blackballing him to not get the contract that he wants. He doesn't need an agent to get the contract that he's seeking for. He really doesn't.
Yeah.
It's blatant. We all know what's happening, but yet nothing can happen because everything is legally being done right.
100%.
I think he ends up holding out.
Okay, so he stays on the Ravens and just holds out for the season.
I think he holds out for the season. But I also have a 30% in me, so that's 70% says hold out.
Okay.
I have 30% in me that says he goes back to them and plays it on a 1 year on the franchise tag to try to be like that, 1 year prove it deal, and then hit the market.
And then just not come back, say fuck off.
and then never come back to the. I mean, they can franchise tag him again. They can
Right.
try to go that route again. We've seen that with teams.
You get 2 in a row, yeah.
You
That's
know,
2 total.
but then again, the franchise tag for a quarterback next year is probably going to be what 55 mil,
Mm-hmm.
60 mil.
You're still gonna pay for him, big time, big time.
So at that point, you let him walk. So I think he goes back, he plays it out on like on the franchise tag, and then he tries to hit the market.
I fuck with that. Me personally, I don't know what's going to happen. I think I agree with you that the most likely scenario is that he definitely holds out because I don't see teams paying 2 first rounds right now for whatever the reason may be. And I do agree with you. I do think he's being blackballed. But I just don't see teams. If they would have made the deal, they would have made the deal, you know? So I agree. I think he holds out. I think we're going to see a year off of Lamar. And then I think he's going to get the money he absolutely deserves because there are teams out there.
I'll keep it. I'll keep it a buck. I'll keep it 100. I think if the Jets didn't end up going all in on Aaron Rodgers, and they would have known for sure that Aaron Rodgers was retiring or wasn't interested, without a second hesitation, easily 2 first rounders plus compensation, kind of like not you get what you want, but kind of you get what you want, because at that point we would have the wiggle room to do it because it's not like Aaron Rodgers deal. We would have a lot of wiggle room to do it. It easily Lamar Jackson will be a Jet.
I would have preferred that, how I said all this offseason, I would have preferred Lamar Jackson over Aaron Rodgers, but I do definitely agree with that. I definitely think that if they didn't pick from the beginning that they wanted Rodgers, that Lamar would have been, like, if they knew Rodgers was done, like it's over with, the season ended last year, Rodgers is like, all right, I'm done, I put in my official retirement, I feel like that's where the Jets would have gone in an instant. And with that being said, if something were to happen with this Aaron Rodgers trade deal and it doesn't happen, it is nice to know that Lamar Jackson is still on the market for either 2 first rounds or an egregious amount of money. So it is still in the realm of possibility. But those have been the major key points of free agency. Do you have anything else you want to bring up before we get out of here?
Just a few more things, because why not? So there have been discussions and trade discussions for Braden Mann on the Jets.
I saw that.
I still, to this day, question, why do you think this man is even why are you trying to get rid of this man? Why are you I've seen nothing but the best. Yeah, I've seen some bot kicks here and there, but why are you trying to get rid of this guy?
I feel like, because they just signed Thomas Morstead, former Saint, but I feel like Braden Mann, just he's one of those, he's either on or he's not. He's either at complete fucking 0 or at complete fucking 100. He either pulls off perfect punt fakes and perfect fucking dot punts down to the 1 yard line, or he completely fucking just botches it 100%. Now, we've got somebody in the chat, a man that we haven't heard from in who knows how long, but he's letting us in. He's telling us he's alive. Do you want me to send an invite over to our man Chaz?
The one for he go.
One for
who's this guy?
He's got a new logo, same old beard, same 7-Eleven.
He got time for a new logo. I see that.
I I gotta piss one way or the other. So do you want me to let him in so that you can shoot the shit with him while I go do what I gotta do?
You go do what you gotta do. I sit on Chaz.
I'll let you. Hold on. Let me give me a second. Give me a second here. Let me go. Let me see if I can figure some things out.
So anyway, continuing on, we have the Dolphins signing wide receiver Carl Kraft. We have Seahawks signing former Giants Julian Love. First of all, I didn't expect Julian Love to, I guess, leave the Giants. I wasn't kind of expecting that. But he probably sees the rebuild and what the Seahawks are doing. So that's not bad. Fournette fucking getting released. So that's not in great terms over there. The Bucks. I called it when Brady kind of was hinting his retirement. The Bucks will go back to what the Bucks were.
I can see that. The Bucks, like you said, they have Baker down there, and they have Kyle Trask as their backup. They let what's his nuts go. They let Fournette go, like you just said. They've still got Mike Evans, but I don't know. I just don't have any faith in the Bucks. You're 100% right that they're just gonna go back to the way it was. The Bucks will disappear into irrelevance. That's just me personally.
I'm trying to think. What does the Bucks have going? Okay, so you got Baker Mayfield.
Chaz, I don't know your Gmail.
You don't know what your running back's gonna look like. You got Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
Evans. You don't know what your tight end's looking like.
Nope. They don't know shit over there.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it this way when it comes to the Bucks. If Mike Evans comes out with another 1,000-yard receiving yard season, that man has to go down as one of the greatest receivers of all time.
Mike Evans?
He can go like 11 to 12 straight seasons of 1,000-yard seasons, and 9 of them are with different quarterbacks.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's hung in for Tampa for so long. And Chaz, I just sent it to your IG because I don't know your Gmail email. But I'm surprised
Fuck you.
Look, I'm gonna let you run this shit for 5 minutes because I gotta go use the bathroom. So I'll be right back. Let me put you as the main here.
Yeah, fuck you, Chaz. No. When it comes to down to it, it's a lot for me. So over here we got the Bengals. We got the Bengals going and signing William. Okay, so they get this offensive tackle who's probably the best offensive tackle, obviously, on free agency. The Bengals have been hurting for a numerous of years, especially since getting Joe Burrow. Since Joe Burrow has been drafted, 3 years ago? Joe Burrow's going into his 4th year. He missed the 1 year with the ACL. You get the probably hands down the best offensive tackle, left tackle in the game in Brown Jr. So you get this guy, and what do you guys expect from this offensive line that the Bengals are trying to rebuild or reform right now? You start off with this guy. He's just a figure point. This guy is a center block. The line that the Bengals had wasn't.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling right now, the Bengals offensive line, what do you expect from the offensive line of the Bengals right now?
Yeah.
With the signing of Orlando Brown.
Well, then the guy
who is the best offensive line that you could have signed in free agency, and probably one of the better or best offensive line in all of NFL.
Well, that and they're going to lose some depth because the guy that Orlando Brown is going to be starting over has requested a trade. I don't know. So I think the Bengals line will obviously improve, and you're going to see more out of that offense. But it's not to be lost on me that they did lose two major pieces in their defense, in Von Bell and Jesse Bates. So while I think they upgraded their offensive line, I still wouldn't I don't know, it worries me, right? Like, I've never been a Zach Taylor fan with the way he coaches. I've never been a huge fan of him and his schemes, but the team has been so good that they've won in spite of him. Now, with those two major pieces leaving on defense, okay, you've upgraded your offensive line, but you're still at a net negative to me overall by losing those pieces, you know?
I think defensively they can make up a lot of things. Defensively, I think they're fine. I think those are pieces I think defensively their team is not when you think Bengals, you don't think defense. You think Joe Burrow.
True.
You think Joe Burrow in that offense. I think the defense is built collectively of a bunch of players that are middle tier, and I think they can recuperate that. Now, when it comes to Joe Burrow, I think you get Joe Burrow, and what has he been missing his entire first 3 years of his career is an offensive line. He tears his ACL. He's missing offensive line, and yet he still gets you to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
And what do? You go out there and you get him the best left tackle in probably all of the NFL.
I mean, like I said, it's gonna be a huge boost for their offense. You need to play defense eventually, right? Like even the fucking Chiefs showed that. Eventually, you need to step
you gotta
up.
get in order to play defense, and I'm just gonna tell you the truth. If you want to play defense, you just gotta get rid of the rotten apple.
Yeah, that is on God the truth. I still don't know how that man has a job in the NFL. But speaking of having jobs, maybe not so much in the NFL, let's bring in a man who has a job at 7-Eleven. Oh boy, it's just Chaz.
Yeah, what's up?
Kick him off.
Immediate permaban.
Bro, I just came back from the bar.
This tool ass motherfucking tool.
Listen,
he said he just came back from the bar.
I just got back from the bar.
Hey, yeah, you know what?
Right now.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, fool.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, bro.
Where's your drink? Where's your fucking drink?
So I had tequila sunrise. I had like 4 of them at the bar.
Aw. I remember my first time drinking.
I remember.
That's so good. But you know what's so good? My team right here, baby.
Oh man,
free agency.
Okay.
The Bears have the middest wide receiver.
So since
look at
you
look at it. This is a whole new Chaz.
You want to flex it, Chaz, and we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna bring up the Bears. We're gonna bring up the Bears.
The Bears.
Paris Campbell.
The Bears.
Devontae Freeman.
So hear me out.
Nobody.
This is what happens. This is what
PJ
happens.
Walker, baby.
Nobody.
The Bears have the number 1 pick, right?
Not anymore.
They have the number 1. They have the number 1 pick, right? The number 1 draft pick, and they traded.
Yes.
They traded back to the Panthers for the number 9, the number 61. I think they get like a second.
We get the Panthers' first round pick next year.
Yeah, they get they get like a second, a third, and a fifth or some shit like that.
And DJ Moore.
They get
DJ Moore,
which him going on a team. He's the leadingest wide receiver ever.
What
in Bears history?
What I know your first initial reaction, so I know I'm gonna call you out on it. But what is your first initial reaction? First of all, the Bears getting the number 1 pick, and then 2, them trading it back.
I think that was the smartest decision because we don't need a quarterback, and right now the top 5 picks are going to be quarterbacks this year. You already know. Like that's. I mean, who are we gonna get? We're gonna get a quarterback and trade him? No, no. Justin Fields is our future, baby. I'm excited. I'm happy about the whole situation.
I thought
Seriously, it was a very good trade. I would have did it too. But look, think about it. They gave away the first round pick this year, but next year, you think the Panthers are going to be good? We get their pick next year.
I mean, they have Sam Howell. You know, that's a thing.
Who did the Panthers sign? Did they sign anybody significant?
They did.
They have Sam Howell.
They did sign a few. They did sign a few heads. I can't remember off the top of my fucking head.
Exactly.
Then sorry, because my team has trumped of all NFL news.
Oh no. Yeah, well, how do you guys feel about that shit?
No.
All right, let's talk Bears. We'll keep Bears.
Bears right now. I want to keep this on the Bears right now.
Okay.
I want to keep this on the Bears right now. So, you invested in Justin Fields, which I know you went, earlier last season, you went back and forth of how you felt, what they should have done.
Yes.
Obviously it's your team. You know
Yes.
more more and better than we do.
Yeah.
I was an advocate for what your quarterback is right now. I said Justin Fields is this guy. You got to ride him out.
Yes.
You trade back now.
Yes.
You got the number 9 and the number 61.
Yes.
What do you do now from the number 9 and the 61?
Well, I know we were targeting that.
Do you sit back and do you just draft from there? Obviously, you guys made tons of moves already.
Oh yes.
Free agency wise, and it looks amazing. You bolstered up the line for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
You traded out. It sucks. I know you got rid of David Montgomery, but you
know what? I'm not mad about that. I'm not
wrong.
It's not horrible, but I think
you're wrong.
We got the next boy up, bro.
It's not horrible, but I also think he was built for the system you're about to build in, and he's still 100 times better than any back you got right now.
Do you know why I think they got rid of him? I don't think he was ever big enough. I think that was the issue. He would run through people, but he wouldn't run through too many people. It's just like it just seemed like he always got stood up eventually. Like he never had that crazy game that he just went out. I remember Forte would just have these crazy fucking games. No matter how shitty our team was, he was always working. David Montgomery was all based on how good our team was doing that day. He was just like, I guess I'm not running through anybody today.
Well, David Montgomery was how good your team was doing that day. Let's make this clear.
No. He's okay. You could put any running back in that system and they'll be okay.
Well, to be fair, I mean, running backs are a dime a dozen, but
nowadays it's not like before.
No, for sure.
But Herbert showed up in the middle of the season and started murking all his numbers.
I think for you guys, smart move trading back.
Yes.
I wanted you guys to trade back.
Yep.
I didn't expect you guys were going to trade back as far as 9.
Yeah.
I have a theory. That you guys trade back up.
You think so?
I say you take that number 9.
Thank you. That guy just said Tio.
I say you take that number 9 and you trade back up to
6 and get an edge rusher?
No.
Who's at 5?
So right now it says 4 quarterbacks are going for first 4 rounds, right? First round picks, right? And then after that, I think it was a cornerback, and then the edge rusher that got arrested, the one or is about to get arrested. What's
Jalen Carter?
Yes, he's dropping to freaking nothing right now, which I think he's gonna drop to the team and somebody's gonna pick him up eventually. But
not in the first round though. You're not paying him first round money.
Nah, not anymore. He got too much legal trouble. But
and then he showed up to his pro day fucking overweight as a motherfucker. Did you see that? He couldn't even finish drills, bro.
That's wild, man.
DJ Moore, I will tell you this: DJ Moore and Justin Fields are going to be
amazing.
One of the top duos, like top wide receiver quarterback duos in the league.
Do you know who's? But you know who's gonna really eat? Mooney. Mooney's gonna be eating, man. Because listen, everybody shitted on him. He's a great wide receiver. He would get double coverage. They were like, we'll just double him, and they're gonna have nobody. So we have to start just throwing it to random ass people. Now Claypool can go freaking die in a freaking ditch. I could go all I care. I can give
Tell us how
Claypool-
you really feel, Chaz.
we got Paris Campbell, which he's a legit stud. He's a legit stud. As he is. Look at his numbers. Look at his numbers. He's a great wide receiver. I got and we got PJ Walker.
Okay.
The discount blockbuster.
You just signed
Justin Fields.
tight end Tunyon from Green Bay.
That was a crash sign. I hate that signing.
You just signed Robert Tunyon from Green Bay. You just signed Foreman from the Panthers.
Foreman, that was a good pickup, man. He's a good running back.
He's good. He's solid.
Once Herbert goes down in the middle of the year, like every Bears running back, he'll be all right.
You did get Edmonds from the Bills for $72 million.
Yep.
The Bears defense, though.
The Bears defense is about to be a problem.
Yes, it is. We're gonna be picking up fantasy.
The Cowboys, the Bears do one thing at number 9 and one thing only, and that is offensive line. 100%. Ain't no way they do anything else but get offensive line, because you said
the Bears did also get TJ Edwards, the linebacker from the Eagles.
Yep.
Their defense is gonna be a problem.
Can I ask you guys something? What's going on with the Eagles? I thought you don't teams like that want to run it back. Don't you keep as much?
They knew no. I called it last year. I called it. I said this team knew it was either you win last year. That's it. There's no you could try to run it back, but it wasn't going to be what you think it's going to be. And I think more people instead of people being in that Tampa phase with Tom Brady thinking they could run it back to back. No, these people thought all right, we got there. If we didn't win it, all right, break it up and continue on, because there's no tomorrow doing it again.
You got to have somebody of Bill Belichick's caliber to convince a team to take those kind of deals on the regular, or you become a victim of your own success, right? Philadelphia made it. Everybody loves them. Well, everybody in Philly loves them. Everybody else hates them because it's fucking Philadelphia. And you start to want all of this. Oh, we just made a Super Bowl, so I deserve this much money. And look, as supporting the individual player, go get your bag, man. Yeah. Your job might only last for 2 or 3 more years. Go get your bag. But from a team standpoint, it's just not sustainable. I read reports that they were desperate to get away from Darius Slay. Who is desperate to get away from?
What Slay? They signed him to that 2-year contract now, though.
That is true. He did come back.
It's wild.
Who's desperate to get away from somebody in the first? You know what I mean? I just think they became victims of their own success in the fact of in the locker room, players are hyping themselves up. Which, hey, you should do you, King.
Yep.
But that creates a problem for the salary cap when you only have X amount of money to start spreading around to everybody, and everybody wants a king's ransom. Starts to create a problem, you know?
Yes.
And I agree with Hector. They had that window, and I think everybody knew it. And I just think, we talked about it before. The NFC is a dog shit fucking conference, and especially in comparison to the AFC, in which in the Super Bowl it is. You had that moment, and you fucking missed it, and you're not going to get it again. There's no way on God's green earth an AFC team loses the Super Bowl in the next 5 years. No fucking way.
You know, it's funny. You guys are talking about ego and all this, guys that think they need to get paid more. That almost killed Orlando Jones, right? The guy who just signed with Cincinnati. They said that once you get through that first day and you don't get signed, that second day your money just starts dropping. And apparently that his money was supposed to be crazy, and he got a big contract, but it was supposed to be bigger than that because
he was his contract. Okay, so originally Orlando Jones' first contract should have shattered all contracts.
Yes,
but shit happens.
I thought the Bears were going to get him, man. I'll be honest. I thought the Bears were going to get him now.
Shit fucking happens. And you know what? I like the signing to the Bengals because to give Joe Burrow the best
time ever.
Inside protection you can get.
Oh my god,
he needs it. I can't wait to see it. But
they extended his career 3 years.
But at the same time, it's what It's the game. It's the nature of the game. It is what it is, and I don't see anything different coming from his career.
No.
Whether he would have got the contract then or now.
Yeah,
That's
it's.
true.
I mean, it
That's
just
true.
comes. It comes down to money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it comes down to
like
money,
Chaz
exactly,
says.
yeah.
You know, if he signs on the first day, but that's with anything, right? Like with the draft, with free agency, if you can get in on that first day at the highest value possible, you're obviously going to get paid more money.
Yep.
But I mean, you've got to realize in today's day and age, you know, you have more than one GM who's a fucking genius. You know what I mean? You have these GMs. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is getting paid $500 million with a B fucking dollars, but you don't see that affecting their cap space because of the way they fucking spread it out and the wording. You know,
Yep.
you've got these GMs who aren't fucking idiots anymore. You know, who aren't just gonna go out there and throw stupid ass money around because you'll see that. All right, if I throw dumbass money at this guy, then it's really not going to affect my team as much as I want it to be.
Yep.
I saw a really good tweet before, and I just for the life of me cannot remember who it was from, that said, you know, fans expect a team to change their entire franchise in free agency. That's not what you're doing. In free agency, you're filling a couple holes, you're filling your holes, and then
Yeah.
you're making a splash signing here or there. You're not changing your franchise in free agency. And that's the mentality these days that the GMs have. Once upon a time, they thought they were fixing their entire team in free agency and they were throwing around dumbass money. But nowadays, you're just not getting it. You're seeing bigger price tags, sure, but you're seeing the wording spread that shit out over a longer period of time.
Yeah.
So you're not really getting, you know, those kind of crazy deals that we once did. Okay, the guy signs for 3 years for $200 million, whatever the crazy number you want to throw in there is.
Like Calvin Johnson's deal. Like that kind of deal.
you're not
Crazy
getting
deal.
that.
Honestly, Chaz, when you look at the NFC North,
Yep.
you got Minnesota, you got Detroit, you got Green Bay, you got Chicago, you got Minnesota. Who
Say that name again.
What?
Say that first name you just said.
Chaz?
No. You said Minnesota.
Yeah,
Their name is trash now, bro. Their name is trash.
Yeah, I didn't know where we were going.
I was like, what? You got Minnesota.
No, you got to say trash because they gave away their whole team now. They have
You
nobody.
got Detroit, you got Green Bay, and you got Chicago. You got Minnesota, who have been losing a lot of players.
Bleeding.
Also, they're trying to extend.
Get back in the
Jefferson.
toilet.
They're trying to extend Justin Jefferson, but they're also trying to trade Dalvin Cook. Cousins might even be on the fucking move.
I'm sorry, but it's funny because Chaz is brown.
You got Detroit, who has been doing very well from last year. And
Hector, what do you think about Detroit right now? Letting go of Williams, bro.
Yeah, I thought that was a stupid move getting going with Williams.
What?
But I think Detroit is on a upward trend.
Yeah, they're on an upward trend, definitely.
Then you got Green Bay doing what they're doing with Aaron Rodgers. Then you got your Chicago Bears. What do you expect, and where do you see this NFC North?
I'll be 1,000% honest with you. Detroit wins our division this year. They win our division this year, and they go far. They go like maybe. I'm not gonna say they go far. They're gonna go to the playoffs, and they're gonna have a good game against whoever they're playing, but they're not winning. But our division is gonna be the beat 'em up division. Everybody's gonna beat on us. Everybody's gonna beat on us. We'll have a couple good games. But the Vikings, the way they're going, they're not signing anybody. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They had a great defense, and I don't know what's happening now. They're just letting everybody go. Fire sale. Green Bay is in a reboot, so I think they're not gonna be great at all. They lost a lot of players too. So I honestly think Detroit is going to be the best team out of our division this year. I will be just there. I'm not expecting the Bears to be amazing. Like I know it's gonna take a year or two for DJ Moore. Let me see. What do you say? And DJ Moore and Justin Fields to get things going. It's gonna take a year or two. Detroit's gonna win everything this year. That's my thing.
I don't know. I'm gonna let you live the high life for a minute, Chaz. I got the Bears at number 1 in the NFC North.
Really?
Nothing. And now look, and last year I had Detroit to win the NFC North. So like this is coming from someone who really believes in the Lions. But obviously I ain't got no faith in the Packers, who don't even have a football team. You can't convince me that the Vikings are good. The sun goes down and Kirk Cousins disappears from existence.
Yeah, he does.
And
It's crazy. The clockwork.
yeah, right. It's between the Lions and the Bears at this point. And I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and suck the Bears' dick. Like, I think their wide receiver room is mid as fuck. Like,
Oh, without DJ, it goes DJ Moore and
Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool, and DJ Moore don't shiver my timbers. It doesn't.
And it's great you said that, because Darnell Mooney, you don't know who you're gonna get, because last year we didn't get. I mean, he got double coverage, right? But he still was trash until like week 12.
Right.
So like,
it doesn't shiver my timbers, right?
No,
Khalil Herbert doesn't shiver my timbers.
No.
Fucking, Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields a lot. They've been building on that defense, which I think is huge. But I gotta say, I think when push comes to shove, I got the Bears over the Lions.
With our Detroit, Detroit defense.
That's the move.
I'm going over it, and originally I had Detroit winning the division next year.
I think they will. They got a good team,
and I'm going to stand by it. I think Detroit still wins the division next year, but I think, and I want Chaz to sit on this high horse a little bit too. I think the Bears come in second.
Yeah, minimum Bears are in second.
Yeah, we're definitely coming in second.
I think the Bears. Sure. I think the Bears come in. I think Detroit squeaks it out, just based off of what they've shown just this last season as well. But I think Chicago makes such a leap from last year to this year.
What was our record last year? Three and something.
I think it'll be. I think it'll be Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota, and then Green Bay.
Yeah.
Green Bay has got no shot in hell.
I think Jordan Love gets killed, man.
I don't know. Is it some? Let's talk about that. Has the Packers not wanting to see what Jordan Love can do in an NFL game? Is that some weird sick obsession with Aaron Rodgers, or is it just, does Love not have it? Like, what is?
Can I be honest?
We don't know shit about Jordan Love.
I think Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, they compare them so much, but I really think that Aaron Rodgers has this butt hurtness that like they just didn't want to. They couldn't play Jordan Love because he probably was like, I'm not playing anymore if you play him.
Well, 100%. Rodgers said it himself. He went into this blackout retreat saying, I'm 90% going to retire.
Yeah.
And then somehow he receives word that the Packers are going to move on. He's like, you're going to move on.
I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that, because he was like, I went in there 90% sure I was going to retire. But then I came out and I heard they were going to do this. So why did it affect you? If you were going to retire, why did it affect you that they were going to move on?
Hector, you know what happened?
What Chaz says, because he's petty as fuck.
He's petty as fuck. And he went, let me tell you how this went. Just like this.
You don't fire me, I quit. Like, that's what it is.
You're going to be the Jesus in New York.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're going to be making stupid money in New York. Okay, so I just got to go there for 1 year? Yes. Okay, I'm done. That's exactly what the conversation was. He came out there, they were like, yeah, you're going to go to the Jets. Well, that's a good idea. You're going to go to New York, make stupid money.
If he wins,
he's going to make. He'll be on Saturday Night Live. He's going to be
next 2 years.
Yeah,
he will be God.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
If he doesn't, they're just going to say this is.
But there's a thing. If you go to the Knicks, you go to the Yankees, you go to the. I'm not going to say the Mets because whatever. You go to the Yankees, you go to the Jets. You go to the Giants. Is there some stigma about you that you rule the world, especially if you're a big catch?
No, but
New York is the center of the universe.
You have to show up, but you do have to show up though. If you don't pan out, they'll make sure that you never have a career again. That's the thing.
And
when
the only person
in New York, it's do or die in New York. It's like you're either gonna make or break your career. Aaron Rodgers, if he comes over here and he doesn't win a fucking Super Bowl, he might go down still as a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he will go down as a huge fucking
waste.
Disappointment.
That's the kicker, because if you come to New York and you fail, it is the failure of life, and that's why LeBron never came to New York.
Can I tell you?
He could have been a Knick, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good because I'm not dealing with that shit."
Can I tell you, Chaz?
Shit after.
Chaz just put an idea in my head. Aaron Rodgers is coming to New York because of Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers is so petty that I guarantee you that 100% he left Green Bay because they thought they were going to move on without him, and he refuses to be fired. He has to quit, right?
Yeah.
I agree with that. But he's coming to New York because Brett Favre did.
Yep.
And they've been compared so much in their entire careers that, okay, so let me take that step that Brett did.
And I win a Super Bowl.
Lead them to a Super Bowl to show that I can do anything that Brett Favre can't fucking do.
And guess what, guys?
That's the mentality.
And then he's going to go on to do
he doesn't even need to win it
and get away with it.
But he doesn't even need to win the Super Bowl. Just get to the Super Bowl. And if he loses, he's still going to be Jesus. No matter what.
And then
you
he's
know
going
that's
to
Jets fan.
go
Like,
millions
he's the
from
best.
fucking other fucking funds and companies and get away with it.
I hope that Aaron Rodgers comes out with his own, like, marijuana business.
Bro, he's going to triple his money coming to the Jets.
Stupidly.
His advertisements, everything, Saturday Night Live, all this bullshit he's going to do.
The fact that you think that
the
Aaron
women
Rodgers
out here
is gonna come out with a weed company is that you're done. No, he's gonna be psychedelics, bro. Shrooms, acid.
But you can't do that in New York. You can do that in Oregon if he signed up in like fucking Seattle or something. Fine.
When he retires, you think he's gonna live in the United States? No, he's not. He's gonna live in fucking Zimbabwe,
buy an island.
That bamboo country.
Yep, he's gonna be buying an island and chilling.
What he wants.
He's
Bro,
gonna
you can buy an island for less than my student loans.
Do you guys know how much he made? How much did he make like during his time in Green Bay? What was it? His contract was good?
Bro, it doesn't matter.
Well,
Within the next 2 years with New York, he's gonna make 100.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see how much it's gonna be because
it doesn't matter. He makes 100.
Oh yeah, with endorsements and everything.
With everything,
Forget about it. The endorsements are gonna be insane. I can't wait.
He's gonna make stupid ass money.
When do you guys think they're gonna actually like announce it? That it's
if the Packers are smart sooner rather than later, because they're gonna get fucked the more this goes on.
The Packers want multiple first rounders and shit like that
for a 1-year contract.
But the Jets the Jets, from what I've heard, is that the Jets only want to give up one first rounder plus multiple whatever and extra whatever. They don't give a fuck. But they only want to give up one first rounder.
And probably not this year.
They sit behind the argument of you don't want him anyway and was getting rid of him. So why should I give you more than one first rounder?
Right.
That and the more this drags on, the more money they have to pay him. Fine. Let this fucking drag on to the draft. That means you eat 90% of his cap. Let this drag on until after the draft. That's fine. That means that you take no fucking draft capital this year. You lose. The Packers lose fucking ground every second this ticks on. Every second we move forward with Aaron Rodgers not traded to the Jets, the Packers are losing ground. They have to realize that.
Can I say something about
especially after he said, I want to play for the Jets?
Well, listen, I think the Jets, the worst move you guys made was not re-signing Mike White, because in that Packers trade, you could have included Zach Wilson to the trade, and they
wouldn't take him. They have Jordan Love. They wouldn't take him.
I would take Zach Wilson just in case. If I was the Packers.
No. The Jets don't want to move on from Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's idol was Aaron Rodgers.
I was going to go there.
Only 23 years old.
Didn't know.
Oh my God.
He's only 23 years old. His idol was Aaron Rodgers. You don't think within 2 years that we have Aaron Rodgers molding him and we get rid of Aaron Rodgers?
You're right.
He won't be in the same shape to take the mantle back up.
Oh God, that's a nightmare scenario. I can feel my alcoholism coming back if that's what happens.
Is Hector in trouble?
I couldn't. Yeah, Hector's always in trouble. Have you met Hector? He lives in trouble.
No, I'm not in trouble, but
he lives in trouble. Christy, put him away. Put him back in your shirt. I know what you're doing, trying to distract my man.
I'm not in trouble, but yeah, it's almost that time.
I know.
Yeah,
I know what you're doing.
She's trying to clap his cheeks.
I know your gypsy tricks. All right, Christy.
Mind your business.
I used to say mind your business.
Yo, Hector's about to get his
with
cheeks
you
clapped.
both long enough. All right, I know.
I understand, Hector. I understand.
You can see the look on his face.
Look at that cheesy smile.
They out there. They out. She's shaking them. We know, Christy.
Yes, sir.
We got a month to the wedding.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's awesome.
Oh man, if you gotta go, don't worry. I'll bullshit with Chaz. I'll if you gotta go do your thing, go lay the pipe, you plumber. Go lay the pipe. All right. Call yourself Luigi. Get out of here. Oh shit!
I
That's
said what I said, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
go
Yes,
get you
sir.
some. Go get you some. Pop that little blue pill. Go get it.
Yes.
Don't worry. I'll get your ass.
Hey, the men over here never need a pill.
You say that. You say that.
Hey, ready? Gets on camera.
you see the can't even be mad though.
Yo, he's gonna be super duper. Did you get a new camera?
No, I'm on my iPad, bro.
That's crazy. That shit looks crazy good.
Right? I'm saying, bro, I brought a whole new camera for the fucking, not like, like a DSLR like you have, but like,
Yeah.
I brought a fucking camera, like a webcam for my fucking laptop, and it still sucked. The laptop's like fucking 13 years old, so I can't really be that mad.
I keep forgetting to look here.
No, you're like, I see you changed up like your whole angle.
No, I'm upstairs in my house. I got a house
What?
now. I got a house.
Yeah, but you had a house last time, I thought.
No, I was staying at somebody's house. We were living at somebody's house. Now we got our own house. Yeah, I got a whole upstairs. I got
Moving up in the world, got
Yeah.
homeowners insurance, got
Yeah.
your own room. Look at you.
Bro, it's fucking crazy. Paying for shit is nuts.
Yo, adulthood is awful, bro.
Yeah, it's
Awful.
wild. It's wild.
Before we
Does everything-
continue with this football shit, I've been meaning to talk to you, bro. We haven't talked in a minute.
Yes.
What's with the talk to us about 1-4 ego? What's with the new
Ha
what's
ha
with the
ha.
logo? What are we doing, bro?
Yes.
We're moving
So
up in the
rebranding.
I love it.
I need to take my name out the thing, and I
Too
just
many
want
death threats.
not even
They
that.
come up to
I just need a refresh.
I
Like
got
I mean, you still have my old name on here.
you. You want me to change it for you?
No,
I got
it's
you.
fine. It's
Got you.
fine.
No, it's too late now. You got it.
But yeah. So it's one for ego. It's you're not into anime, are you?
Actually, you'd be surprised.
Okay, so it's Vegeta and All Might mixed together. One for ego.
I see it. I see it.
One for all,
One
one
for
for
all.
ego.
I got
Vegeta's
you.
ego, yeah. So
I
that's
got
the whole
you.
color scheme. But yeah, just a rebranding. It's been working. I don't know. I've been putting out those shorts.
Yeah.
I've been getting so many like subscribers from them, just views like out
Good
the
for you,
ass.
bro. That's awesome. I've been a
Dude.
complete bum ass since the end of the season.
Bro, I'm being
I
just
done
like you.
shit.
We both came back at the same time because I had to take a hiatus. Like I was doing the video. I was just trying to get things done. I was like, I need to break. I need a fucking break. So,
Bro, it takes so much out of you.
bro, especially moving into here and like building
Oh,
shit.
sure.
Oh, I'm so tired. I was tired every day.
Between
So-
being a husband, being a fucking father, doing your regular job.
Work.
Bro,
Oh,
I got the new
God.
job and I'm fucking like working 3/16 a week. I
Right.
feel you.
Yo, yeah.
I feel you. I come home and I'm like, bro, don't talk to me.
That's
I shove food in my face. I pass out for
Yo.
6 hours and I'm right back to it.
That's
I
it.
I get it, bro.
You work crazy hours though, man. I praise you for that, man. That's beautiful.
They
I
pay me,
couldn't-
dumbass. They pay me that federal money, boy.
That's
I'll
good.
talk to you off air about the money I get, but they pay me federal money, boy. But
Dude, Joe Biden.
Oh boy. That's from what is
Who is
even
this?
what? I don't even know what to do with this, man. I don't
Oh
even.
my god.
Anywho,
Go fall down some stairs. We can fall up some stairs, actually. What am I saying?
so the Bears, man, the Bears. How are you feeling? I know we talked about it before, but like overall, how are you feeling about their free agency so far? You know, we never got into what you think about what they're going to do with the 9-61.
Listen, I know that we're getting a new stadium, and I know that we're
Right.
this even this season. I'll be honest, I feel like it's going to be a wash. It's going to be a wash season, but like we're going to try. We're not going to try too hard because we want
Right.
the fields to be protected. I think honestly, not getting Orlando Jones was like, you know what, this season's still going to be a wash season because we have nobody to protect him. Unfortunately, Justin Fields is going to be running around like an idiot with his freaking his penis in his hand, like, oh shit, I'm about to get hit again. But I think DJ Moore and Herbert, the way that they play, I think it's going to cater to that. I think that David Montgomery itself, the reason why he had to get traded is because him and Justin Fields were taking possessions away from each other, right? Justin Fields couldn't run all fucking day. David Montgomery was not getting those touches. So now we have Justin Herbert, which is he's a good catching running back. He's a good wide receiver, and he's just a good all around player. if he becomes what I think he's gonna become, he's gonna be a star. He's got great shoulders. He's a big dude. I think he's gonna, and he runs hard every time.
But you're talking about Montgomery and Fields taking away touches from each other. Do you really want Fields taking those hits? I mean, we have seen, and I got into a fight with a kid a while ago who doesn't understand the own statistics that he put out.
Yeah.
You see quarterbacks who, unless most of your quarterbacks who are like pocket passers get hurt the least. Obviously, your Tom Brady's and Peyton Mannings are well below, like super below the fucking league average of quarterbacks who get hurt. And then you have your Patrick Mahomes and your Lamar Jackson who are rushing quarterbacks, but freaks of fucking nature, who are also well below because they're just fucking inhuman. Yeah. And then you have most of your guys where you see the RG3s, the Justin Fields, your typical rushing quarterbacks who get hurt above the league average. Aren't you worried? Don't you want your running back to take away touches from your quarterback like that?
No, here's the thing. I think like our boy over here, T.O. said, Herbert is a better running back than Dave Montgomery. Let me explain. He protects. He does any job that needs to be done. So it just seemed like when Dave Montgomery was on the field, Justin Fields was getting taken hits. Because I feel like I just feel like I'm just saying. I'm not saying the speculation from me. I feel like he got jealous of what Justin Fields was doing back there, and they didn't need him as much. And it just seemed like he was just letting those blocks. He was like, "Oh, I'm blocking, kind of,
but not really,
not really." Herbert, when he was out there, you knew that man was going to do his job. I know he was probably fighting for a spot, fine, but I think he's going to do the same thing. And I think the reason they got Dante Foreman is because he's kind of the same player. He's a blocking running back. He's going to hit hard. And when you give him the ball, he's going to run hard. And he runs fucking fast as fuck, man. He is, like, for a big dude, he's quick.
You got to give Foreman a lot of credit backing up CMC. You would never, now he's not CMC, but you would never like, oh my God, we don't have a running back. Whenever CMC was hurt, which was more often than not, Foreman did a better job than he didn't do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I mean, there's some teams that when they played and they got stuck up from him, he got shitted on. But like when he didn't get shitted on, he was having 100-yard games like it was nothing. It was like,
I definitely think he's a great spell back. Definitely a good 1-2 punch with Herbert for sure.
Yes.
But I love Justin Fields. I just really worry about the longevity if they're going to do a lot of those runs.
But also now they have DJ Moore. So now people are going to be like, oh, we got to cover these two guys. We got Mooney and DJ Moore, and we got them both on the ends. Now we got to cover these guys. They got Robert Tonyan now, which is he's okay.
Cole Kmet,
Cole Kmet is going to be. I think he's going to have a great season. I think he's going to eat the most out of everybody because he's going to be open. He's going to be that Gronk character.
But do you think they're going to let Fields pass more often than that? Or that you're going to see
he's passing got better. I mean, his passing got better from what you see.
Sure, and I'm not commenting whether he's good or bad at it, but I just, and I saw it more as the season progressed with Jalen Hurts and that system. We saw a lot in the Super Bowl, these designed runs. I'm a big proponent. I'm old. I love old school football. If your quarterback leads your team in rushing yards, I simply don't think you can win in the long term. No, so are we going to, do you think they're just going to let him drop back and pass, or do you think we're going to do more of that, or you're going to do more of that?
It's going to be this. It's going to be this. Oh, okay. DJ, there's going to be rare occasions that all of his weapons are tied up, right? You got two quick running backs, super fast guys.
Right.
DJ Moore, Mooney. You got a young guy, Mooney, which is his legs are immaculate right now. Let's see how he's going to be later. DJ Moore is just going to be out there. Now you got those guys. So you have so much to pay attention now. You don't have to. He's not going to be getting hit as much. But with the big but, he's going to have to curb his ego. He's going to have to curb his ego because that's the problem. Because I see him making those decisions in his brain like, oh, I can definitely run through this. And then he gets fucking murked.
Yeah.
I mean, there's good times, he runs it. He was leading the league in freaking first down touchdowns, like running right in by himself. He's a great running quarterback. But look at Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson is constantly injured because he gets hit so many times. And Justin Fields, how many concussions did he have? They were just like, oh, you're good. Oh, really? I'm good. He's like,
I'm seeing 6 of you, but I'm all right. Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. So I just think as long as they curb his ego, I think they're going to be throwing it as much as they possibly can because they don't want him to die.
Well, you have to. I mean, like I said, it just
And teams
the
know him now.
longevity game.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, and teams know him now. They know
Yeah.
what he's gonna do. It's not
Right.
gonna happen like last year. That shit ain't happening no more.
but that's I guess the question is, do you? Well, you've answered it, right? You think the Bears are going to protect Fields.
Yes,
you
I think that was
they're obviously.
And I think not getting Orlando Jones was a big thing that hurt them. Now it's hurt because they have no protection. Again, we didn't sign anybody really in the O line. Did we really? No, we didn't.
No, yeah. Well, that's why you have to. That's why I said before at 9, you have to go out O line. There's just no fathomable
Alabama
way.
O line.
Yeah, there's no fathomable way the Bears do anything but go after an O line because you've upgraded your defense through free agency. Okay, you've made the good trade back. You've gotten some weapons at wide receiver. You signed Tunyon, great receiving tight end. A little age, but you still have Cole Kmet. But there is no way that the Bears don't go out and protect Justin Fields. It's just simply no fucking way. And Teo said, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Chicago has done a better job as of this offseason as surrounding Fields with impressive young talent than the Bills did with Allen's young years. And you know what, Teo? I'll double that and say that the Bears have done a better job at that overall than the Bills have done to date. Because they are still relying on Josh Allen to be their rushing attack. They are still relying on Josh Allen to be their entire offense. And I get that they have Stephon Diggs. I get what they just received or released Isaiah McKenzie 10 minutes ago. But I get that they have Gabe Davis, who wasn't exactly a stud, but they have this talent. But they absolutely have not done anything to provide Josh Allen with any sort of leg protection because they still continue to run that man out there. And I am a firm believer that the game doesn't change. Running backs run, quarterbacks throw. Period.
And it's saying, I just looked at the mock draft that's up today. They're saying the Chicago Bears are going to be drafting a defensive lineman.
Absolutely not.
And I'm like, why? And then right after that, the Tennessee Titans will be drafting Paris Johnson, which is an offensive tackle from Ohio State. I think that's a great
absolutely not.
They better
absolutely not. Now I get it. You've gone after 2 off-ball linebackers. It's not exactly like these guys are run stoppers. They're more, they're better in coverage, but there's just no fucking way that you don't protect Justin Fields. Like I get it. Your division is wide open. The Bears are at worst number 2 in that division.
Yep.
But you cannot tell me you clearly traded out of the number 1 because you chose Justin Fields. You said this is our guy because we don't want a quarterback, and you're not going to protect. I just cannot see it. There's no
we
world.
Need it, man. We need
the sun is going to rise in the west before you guys go after an O-line.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to scream if we go with defensive lineman. That makes no kind of sense to me. That makes no kind of sense, man. What do you say?
Wow. Stephon Diggs is also doing the things he did before he got traded away from the Vikings, so the Bills might be in the market for another top-tier receiver. I don't see the Bills letting go of Stephon Diggs.
He's a bitch. His mom is putting things up. You could tell what he's doing. He does this like he always wants to do this. And he did it to the Vikings. The Vikings treated him so good.
That's what I was saying.
And he just forced his way out of there. And he's going to do the same thing with the Bills. Well, his mom's putting pictures of him as a cowboy. People were like,
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? Some kid put up a picture of his brother and him winning the Super Bowl as Cowboys. His mother retweeted that and put it on her Instagram.
Yo, I'm obviously I'm not some sort of multimillionaire fucking super athletic freak. I'm 5'8" and 300 pounds. So let's put a pause on where I stand in this world. But good thing I don't talk to literally any of my family, because I swear to God I'd be fighting people if they ruined that shit for me. We saw that with Eli Apple's mom and all the shit that came from that. Yeah. But what are you doing? You are messing with millions of dollars by tweeting shit. You understand that, right?
She's
wild, what?
Bro.
Jesus.
And he unfollowed the Bills. He unfollowed the Bills on Instagram.
Oh shit! I guess I'm completely out of the loop.
Yeah, bro. He's done that. And did you hear that Lamar Jackson might go into the Patriots?
I don't. I saw something earlier on Get Up today, and I cannot get behind that. That is not a Bill Belichick system. Lamar Jackson bucks the entire Patriot system, and I'm not saying his attitude. I'm not saying his poor attitude. I'm just saying his style of play. Look at who they've had for the last 80 years. Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady, Mac Jones. Do any of those guys run a sub 10-minute 40-yard dash?
No.
I could go cook my own breakfast, eat it, take a nice big long shit in which I'm hiding from my kids, and then come back and they would have just finished their fucking 40-yard dash. There ain't no fucking way they're getting Lamar Jackson.
No.
Ain't no fucking way.
I was like,
fit their system.
if that happens, I mean, I'd be so surprised.
Ain't no way.
Surprised.
You know what?
Lamar Jackson, where do you think he's gonna go, man? I feel really bad for that guy.
You know,
he's representing himself.
We said it earlier in the episode. I definitely think, and I agreed with Hector. Hector was the first one to say it, and I agree with him. I think he stays with the Ravens, but I think he holds out. I don't think he plays this season. I don't think anyone, whether it be for blackballing reasons or just don't have a scheme fit or don't want to give it up, they just don't. They don't at all. He just doesn't play because the Ravens. He obviously doesn't want to be on the Ravens. People, if they were going to pay the price or the picks for him, they would have done it already. Mm-hmm. He just doesn't play this year. Taylor Lamar being yoinked. That's okay. Away from Baltimore, such an unlikelihood this year. But the only haul I see is the Pats are getting for the rest of free agency might be Thielen. Thielen has come out and said he wants to play where Aaron Rodgers plays. So,
Jesus Christ. I really hope that you guys don't get a bunch of old ass players there and the young guys get shitted on.
Bro, I look, even with Thielen,
trade Elijah Moore.
they're 100% going to trade Elijah Moore.
He talks so much shit.
Elijah Moore goes to Green Bay in this Aaron Rodgers deal.
I hope so, because he's trash, man, and he talks shit.
I love Elijah Moore, so fuck off.
No, he talks mad shit. He
does
talks so
talk
much
mad
shit about your team.
I talk mad shit about my team. Okay, that's the life of being a Jets fan.
Elijah Moore.
You absolutely cannot like the Jets if you like the Jets. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. The biggest Jets haters. Have you ever read a Rich Samini fucking article? Rich Samini is the ESPN Jets beat reporter. That man is a Patriots fan in disguise, and you can't convince me otherwise. Jets fans hate the Jets more than anybody else on the planet.
Shit.
All right, you don't talk to me about who
he's. So
it's fair for the Jets players.
Oh man, he said a Jets fan. I mean, Patriots fan in disguise. That's funny.
He is. I've been saying it for years, bro. But he did feature me on his breaking down the tape on his podcast, so I will say that.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, he put up on Twitter, 2 months ago, writing the question, and if, I like it, I'll put it on my podcast, Take Flight, and he did. So, credit to him, even though I hate him with all of my guts. But no, even say best case scenario with heavy air quotes, the Jets get Adam Thielen and say OBJ. I don't think that washes away Garrett Wilson. I don't think that washes away CJ Uzomah. I don't think that washes away Breece Hall. I think that just adds. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're going to be the only target. I don't think Alan Lazard takes away from anybody.
Can we talk about your boy Breece Hall? I can't wait to see him this year.
I'm praying we're having an AP return because this kid, Jesus
Christ, he was the steal in my fantasy. I was murking motherfuckers. He was just like 100 game.
And what pisses me off is he's garbage in Madden. Garbage in bro, pissed me off. I was just playing earlier today. I have the Madden 23. I bought it 2 weeks ago. It was 75% off.
Yeah.
Just 15 bucks. Fuck it,
on Xbox.
There you go. Well, you have Game Pass, don't you?
Yeah, Game Pass. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm poor. So, but I hit a halfback. I've been throwing dots all day. I'm playing face of the franchise. I've been throwing dots all day, 350 yards before the fucking second quarter even ends. So I'm like, yeah, I've got them backed up. Let me hit this halfback dive. They were in quarters. Fucking perfect time to call a halfback dive. This man runs straight into a block no tackle. The entire right side of the offensive line wide open. So Breece Hall is amazing in real life, but Madden hates him and me. Let's see. Jets fans are the best Jets haters. This is what being a New York team with the lack of recent playoffs. Yeah. We are the worst. We are the worst. We hate our team more than anybody else.
Do we play you guys this year?
No, we play the NFC East this year.
Okay.
So we've got the Giants, Cowboys, Commanders, and Eagles.
So I'm thinking we're playing the Giants then this year. I think we're playing the Giants then.
I mean, maybe. And look, with that 17th game, I haven't figured out what the rotation is because we played the Eagles last year, which isn't in our rotation normally. So I haven't figured out what that rotation is just yet.
Who's your backup running back now? Since you guys got rid of who'd you guys get rid of? James Robinson's gone. So is Michael Carter
Robinson's not there. We still have Michael Carter
Carter.
I believe Coleman still. Question mark.
He needs to retire. He's
not awful, but he's definitely not.
He's not what he used to be.
He's like a 20% back. You know,
that disease is definitely killing him. Whatever he's dealing with, he comes back for like one game. I remember last year he came back for one game, but random. It was like, what? He stole the team?
For sure. But with that being said, man, NFL free agency is the big names are done. You know, the big signings are pretty much done. We still got OBJ.
Except for OBJ, yeah.
We still got Adam Thielen out there. We still got a couple people. We still don't know what's going to happen with Lamar. Technically, we still don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. But, you know, pretty much we are locked up. With that being said, man, I think that's pretty much. I've been doing this for 2 hours. I'm tired.
Max.
I got to piss again because I'm a girl with an old man bladder. You know, happy St. Patrick's Day, man.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Let's hop on the glide, even if it's just personal, man. I miss you. I love you.
Yeah,
you're my favorite 7-Eleven employee.
You fucking bastard.
But guys, you know, for whoever's gonna watch this or listen to it when I get it out on Spotify, definitely go watch and follow 1-4-Ego. Our man Chaz, he's the dude. Even though he left us high and dry with this wrestling podcast, we still love him. But for real, I was gonna bust your balls no matter what. We love Chaz. He is fantastic. So please subscribe to 1-4-Ego.
Everywhere. 1-4-Ego is everywhere. So you just type in 1-4-Ego, I pop up anywhere now.
Google him, Chuck. You will find him.
And you did ask me why I changed my name to. That's a big thing because I had so many different names everywhere else because other people had that name. So I just said I have one for everything now. So
I fuck with it. With it. That's pretty solid, man.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely go check him out. We love Chaz. He's fantastic, really knowledgeable about wrestling, about sports in general, about anime. He does some great movie reviews. His kid is adorable as fuck. He pops up every now and then.
Yes.
So definitely go give him a shot. And you know, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I said what I said.
Yes, he said what he said.
You just